So, let's take a look at the daily challenge today. So, we are playing Hellhorned and Melting Remnant today. And the modifiers are buying power. Merchants provide a card duplication service. This is gonna cost more the more you use it. Bleeding cash. Whenever a friendly unit takes damage, we lose 1 gold. And strike hard, all units get multi-strike 1. Strike hard is obviously very powerful, especially with Hellhorned as our primary clan. Bleeding cash isn't as bad as it looks. It's generally less gold lost than Tithe, for example, which just generates half gold. And buying power is decent, but we won't be super rich this run, I think, so we'll have to see how we can make use of this. Also, the scores are pretty interesting. We have the normal like 48 to 50k scores here, and then we have Comrade at the top with almost 54k today. So there is probably some kind of infinite combo today. We all know our dear sweet Comrade and his infinite combos with Melting Remnant especially. So I think that's what is going on here. Yeah, so let's jump into the game and see what's going on in this challenge. If we start with something like okay, we start with Important Work and Fledgling Imp. That's very spicy. Also Hello Tripping. And the boss is gonna be Spell Consume Seraph. Hi Gustav, hi Juan Jose. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, that's a very solid starting deck. We have Temperate Talisman and Iron Dropcage. Talisman can be nice with the torches, with vents. Dropcage is also pretty powerful, especially with Remnant and Hellhorned, who both have Ascent cards at common. Ascent Descent cards at common. Hellhorned even has another Ascent card at uncommon, so we have a lot of tools to make that work. And we are incentivized to pick up some Ascent Descent cards anyways, so that could be very nice. It's also pretty good with the Strike Hard modifier because a dazed unit doesn't benefit from having multi-strike. So we can negate a lot more damage with this than usual. Obviously we don't want to go with the multi-strike path if we have other options. At least I think so. Having one multi-strike by base makes the scaling from the other paths a lot more worth it. So let's go with a Wrathful Homebreaker here. Wrathful also gains double the revenge triggers if the enemy units hit twice, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. How do we deal with this? Train Steward, Fledgling Imp, Hornbreaker Prince on the top. No, Hornbreaker would die if I try that. If we draw into a torch, that's okay. But anything else? Is it literally just torch? It's literally just torch. Transior dies to the front guy. First hit of Clergyman kills the Hornbreaker Prince. Kills the Imp. And then we have 15 damage left for the Hornbreaker Prince, which is exactly enough to kill him. I could just take the damage, but that's a lot of damage. That's 6 from each, so it's 18 damage from these. And then potentially another 8 damage from these, so we would be taking the maximum penalty in score. Maybe we just take that penalty and make sure we clear the bottom floor and kill the boss on the bottom floor to make up for the lost score. I could also fish for a torch with the Fledgling Imp. I think I am gonna fish. We got the torch. So we can set up on the top floor and kill everyone. Let's also consume the Hellhorned drippings, we won't need that. And for the next wave we will have some armor on the prince. So that should make sure we stay alive. Let's still block at least some damage with the Train Steward, and let's put the Fledgling Imp all the way in the back to kill these 2 backline clergymen. Sadly we can't get a collector. We would need a torch for that. And these drags are pretty bad because of these apprentices of light. They would gain 2 damage shield if we played the drags on their floor. I could have played the drags on this floor actually to block the damage from the clergymen. Let's torch this guy for some extra health on the Hornbreaker. Doesn't look like we are gonna get a kill earlier than on the top floor, but that's alright. At least we made sure we... I shouldn't have played them. They just cost me gold for no reason. Fight is over after the first turn of combat anyways, so... Okay. At least we didn't lose health. Hidden passage. We have the iron drop cage. We do want our champion to get slayers. It's an easy hidden passage here. We clash Purifying Clans, Hello at Drippings. These are all not that great. Yeah, I think it's a skip. Okay. So I would be interested in having Endless on my imps. Definitely would be great. I don't really care that much about this unit banner. Either clan could have helpful units on this banner. Ideally we would get something like a deranged brute, but that's a rare, so we can't really rely on that. And on the unit upgrades we have the chance to get not multi-strike, endless on the imps. Other than that though, I could only upgrade the unit I pick. On the spell banner I could get something like holdover for the important work or the hidden passage, but that's about it as well. Double stack wouldn't be useful, consume removal wouldn't be useful. Permafrost would be not that great either. Let's go to the right. We have endless. Great. Lady of the House and Paraffin Thug. I could see myself using a Paraffin Thug to get some gold. With the multi-strike, that's pretty potent. Let's take him. Let's also give the imp endless and burnout. Yeah, I'm aware. holdover and important work is pretty bad if you don't have endless imps or another steady source of imp like Impsicle. But I would buy it anyways, just in preparation for these effects later. But we also have the chance to potentially dupe our important work, which could serve a similar purpose. But holdover is a bit more consistent, obviously. So we are facing 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 3 times 2, 12 damage. Which our prince can take, and we can take out the Forged Disciple and gain some armor back. Paraffin Thug can kill the backliner. Let's also set up 2 more floors to cover for collectors. We have enough rage by now. We can block the damage with Fledgling Imp. Fledgling Imp is endless anyway, so we might as well play the other one. We only have room for one on this floor, after all. And this should give us the kill with the backliner. I'm also gonna torch one of these, just to prevent some gold loss from bleeding cash. Welder Helper, Ritual of Battle, Fortify. Ritual of Battle is obviously quite powerful with the multi-strike on everyone. Fortify can help in keeping things alive, but I think Welder Helper does the same job better. The problem with Welder Helper is obviously it doesn't die on its own because we can put it in front, but we do have the important work to take care of that. On the other hand, if we are looking for any types of combo play, the Welder Helper might actually be an issue. But I still think it's gonna be helpful to get us to the point where we can think about combo plays. Molded is very good. We can reform imps. That's certainly something that can be very powerful. A relic would be very nice. I don't think we need unit upgrades right now. Let's go to the left. Hey Nightbreeze, welcome. Check strips, precious plating. Let's take check strips. I don't think we are gonna need the extra health, and check strips can be helpful in preventing some damage to our pyre. Consumable cards. I think it has to be Umbra. Not the one I was looking for. I was hoping for Space Prism. Space Prism would have been very nice with our imps. Damage, shield, bombs. How well can we set up the bottom floor with this? Pretty damn well. So we have the kill on everyone. We get 2 slays with the Paraffin Thug and 1 with the Hornbreaker. Let's play the imp all the way in the back so the imp doesn't steal any slays from our important units. Actually, I don't want to draw into the Fledgling Imp right away again. So instead, what I will do, set it up this way, and we need to torch this guy, otherwise our champion will die. Block the damage with the imp because we have enough rage by now. If we ascend our champion, we could do about 120 damage to Daedalus, which obviously is not enough to get the kill. This is the 4th wave, so we'll have one more wave before Daedalus comes down for the Relentless, which obviously is not gonna be enough to get the kill. Even if we ascend the Hornbreaker Prince here and we draw into the hidden passage again. Well, if we draw into the hidden passage again, there's a real chance we get the kill. And we should be able to get the kill here on the bottom floor anyways. So let's try. And at least this gives us some slays with the Paraffin tag as well. And indeed we drew into hidden passage again. So we get the early kill here. Four-turn boss rush on Daedalus. I guess yeah, it was more damage to play the imp in on the middle floor. You're right. I see one card that's usable and two cards that are really bad. So do we want the usable card? Yeah, I think we do. There is a chance we can get a bunch of Ember generation in this run. Do we want draw, Ember, or capacity? Capacity wouldn't be bad, but I think we might want draw. Draw also enables us to potentially combo more easily if that's something we are aiming to do. Let's look for holdover now. Would be the next big piece to the puzzle. Consume removal on the spike of the Hellhorned is not really worth it. Cost reduction on the molded or the hidden passage could be worth it. Let's put it on the hidden passage. As well as consume on a torch. Although that can interfere with some combos we might want to do. But that shouldn't be a big problem. Let's reroll. Double stack. A double stacked spike of the Hellhorned makes it a lot easier to boost our rage to ridiculously high levels. Let's also cost reduce the molded. Do we want to dupe anything? Is it time to dupe the spike of the Hellhorned potentially? Not yet. Let's also get one Train Steward out of the deck. Deranged Boot. That should be very nice. Let's go with more rage gain, more armor gain. We already have multi-strike from the Mutator after all. Now boss enemy units get another multi-strike. Okay. That's pretty scary. Multi-strike 2 on every enemy. But these guys are pretty easy to kill on the bottom floor. like this. The range brew goes on the next floor because I do want my paraffin thug on this floor. Let's also play out these imps. Definitely not on this floor. I need this imp to die to burn out, so we get the space for the paraffin thug. The paraffin thug will not be able to get kills just yet, but as soon as there are more units on the floor than just these two, we will start getting slays with them. Two times 3 looks strange. Guess that's not a number a set of numbers you usually see. Do want to maximize the chances we get the kill with the paraffin thug, so I'm gonna give them extra rage. But it looks like that's not gonna be enough. Is it? We have 342 plus 146. That's also at the imp. So that's 350, that's yeah, it's enough. We just need to ascend this guy, and then we get the kill with the paraffin thug. For the extra 20 gold. Infused mallet. That takes away slays. Which might not be what we want. Tiresome Climb, Rage Serum, and Enflame. I want to keep the deck relatively small. A Tiresome Climb wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, let's take it. Resin Removal. No. Fatal Melting isn't a bad AoE spell, but I don't think we need it. Let's skip. I might regret some of these decisions, but we'll see about that. Yeah, let's go for the Removal Relic. Merchant of Magic. That's a pretty powerful set here. Freestone is available. Easy Impsicle. I don't think I'm into Freestone, although it could go on the Tiresome Climb and that would be decent. Maybe better on the Spike of the Hellhorned actually. Yeah, I like that. Double stack. This seems unnecessary. Let's just upgrade another torch. We could think about duping the Spike of the Hellhorned. We could think about that one. Let's take the removals first. Removals go on a Train Steward and probably the final torch. The final non-upgraded torch. All the Hellhorned drippings. These are 0 cost and consume, so they're not that bad. But I still want them to not be in the deck. Let's also buy another Perch and remove the other one as well. This should be the Fell fight. No, it's one more. Yeah, let's move on. Mark of Invasion. We can easily take that. We have check strips. So we don't even need to care about those. We need to care about these stealth guys though. Now I didn't pay attention to the boss. Which boss are we facing? Does anyone of you know? Sweep lifesteal, okay. That should be fine. This is a bit annoying. We can't take all that damage with the Hornbreaker. We have to set up on the second floor. Let's get these things out of the deck. So much rage on the first turn. Let's make room for the Endless Imps. The Rage Brute won't be necessary on this fight. I should probably have played the Imps though. Overcharge tank. Against the Sweep Lifesteal boss, we need some armor on the backliner. Also, hi Never Nathaniel, welcome. Glad to see you here. Do we want the Transcend Imp? That's what we'll do. Wait, that doesn't work. I don't have the Ember for that. Oops. There's no Pyre Jumper in... nope. Well, I guess we buff the top floor then. Kinda need to get these imps out of the deck. And we need an Ascent now. And we do have an Ascent. And not just any Ascent, it's the Days one. So we deal about 130 per hit, 260 with this guy, then 200 with this guy is 460, another 260 is about 720, so the backliner should get the kill here. We lose a little bit of rage on the way, so let's apply some more rage. That should still work out pretty much the same. Also, let's remove this imp from the equation. And we got the kill with the backliner as planned. One Home's Tome, as well as impressive. Can we make one Hornstone work in this deck? I can't wait to get a new chair. This one is really not very comfortable. One Hornstone. I mean, it certainly does help. And once we have enough armor on our Homebreaker prints, it shouldn't be a problem to apply Fragile to them. Yeah. This is another skip. Right side is not bad. But I think I want the Merchant of Magic. Double stack the one Hornstorm, that's very good. Let's also cost reduce it, so we can play it off an important work instead of having to wait for a Pyre Jumper. And then let's look at the caverns. Not interested in that one. That event is just so underwhelming. But I guess it's just part of the deal with caverns. Sometimes you get a really useless event and sometimes you get an extremely powerful one. It averages out in the end. Still looking for holdover. We found it. We can use the holdover on the important work now. That helps a lot, especially with getting the one Hornstorm out. And at this point we can probably even dupe the one Hornstorm if we wanted to do so. But honestly, what I want is dupe the important work, because we have the Impsicle and we have an Endless Imp. We'll have 2 Imps every turn. Or we can even play the Endless Imp more than once if that's something we want to do. For that reason I could even dupe the important work another time. Yeah, I like it. That should give us a lot more power to kill Fel. The only problem that can arise from that is if we draw too many important works before we draw Fledgling Imp. This is a fight, by the way, where we want the Ranged Brute on the same floor as our Hornbreaker. Paraffin Duck can go on the floor above. Not the perfect hand to have Hidden Passage on. You know, there's something we can do with that. I want to draw into more cards here. This guy, by the way, is killing our deranged brute if we don't do anything against that. And this is what we do against that. And then we kill Fel. Just like that. And we slay this guy for the extra gold. Cause why not? 7-turn boss rush. On Fel. That's pretty solid. Alloy of the Ancients. Do we need that? I don't think we need that. I don't think we want to add any other cards to our deck that might slow us down. Another one-horn storm is not necessary either. Extra capacity is less necessary with all these important works. We just want draw. We want our setup as soon as possible. Card removals obviously help. Relics though there could be the Ashes of the Fallen, which doubles the summon abilities. There could be Resonant Shard, which increases the effect of Rage. There could be Multi-Strike for all demons, which would help out the Range Brute. Anything that draws would be great. There are so many good relics for this deck that I really want to go fishing for relics right now. Oh, Multi-Strike in the shop. Nice. Advanced Prototype and Vapor Funnel. I mean, Vapor Funnel might prevent some damage. I'm gonna take it just for safety. Let's also take a look at the Concealed Caverns. We are up against Seraph the Diligent, so I might want to get these calcified embers. Yeah. Well, the Ember Stasis is what I'm after. I really want to play out all the calcified embers in the next fight, so we don't have them in the deck. Because they are actually a downside. Might be worth. Let's go for the final Wrathful. We will apply we will apply extra multi-strike to our champion anyways. These guys need to die. Can we set up on the top floor? It's 10, 20, 30 damage from these, plus another 15 when they die, but we'll get 25 armor for each kill, so we are fine. This actually just works. Paraffin Thug behind. The only problem with that is we might not get a bottom floor kill. I will also block some damage with the Impish Scholar. Just 5 damage block this way, but they might make a difference. Let's start with the Welder Helper. So the Fledgling Imp actually enables us to kill the Collector. And we need to get these calcified embers out of the deck. That's a priority for this fight. Yeah, it's very possible that we have both Ascent cards for the boss. That's definitely something I'm aiming at. So let's actually play these consume cards to get them out of the deck. And we can ascend here. We kill both guys with the Hornbreaker Prince. So anything we ascend will get slain by the Paraffin Thug as long as it's weak enough. Which goes for this Shadewing, but not for anything else. It's probably good to have some more power on the backline. I didn't play the Endless Imp, which might have been a mistake, but I think it should work out just fine. What's in our consume pile? Torches mostly. Oh, that outright killed him. For some reason I thought he had more health than he actually did. We also need to get these units out of the deck. This is another consume card. Anything we ascend will get slain by the Hornbreaker Prince, but I don't really want the Slays with the Hornbreaker. I'd rather have the Slays with the Paraffin Thug. But ascending one of these guys saves us a lot of health on our Hornbreaker. Hi Rossum, welcome. Well, take a look at our Hornbreaker. And then we got the 7-turn boss rush on Fel, a 4-turn on Daedalus. So I think it's going pretty well. Going pretty well so far. Okay, and we have the double ascent. So we are pretty set here. Pretty much set for the win on this turn. And we even got the Slayer with the Paraffin Thug, which this time wasn't planned at all, it just happened to work out. More important work is always good. That's Votivary. I'm not into that. So, how do we increase the power of this deck? Add another One-Horned Tome? I think that's about it. Spell upgrades don't really matter. Removals do though. Buying a removal is cheaper than buying a dupe, so... But we get 2 removals here. Buying 2 removals is more expensive than buying a dupe. And we might find something with the Merchant of Magic. None of these matter. Let's take a look at the Merchant of Trinkets. This is tempting. This is really tempting. Another multi-strike on the deranged brute. I mean, we are scaling a lot of rage on him. But the gold is valuable. I think this torch has to go no matter what. And after that there's a train steward. Do we need to spend any gold? Do we really clear up our kill speed if we buy Gurk's gold? I mean, Gurk's gold could in fact speed up our kill quite significantly. But that's the only thing I'm buying from the shop. I will dupe, however, this one Hornstone. I think that might be essential. So we keep 253 gold. We will lose a little bit during the fight. Maybe we gain some back. We'll see. Yeah, it really does. Honestly, we want to set up on the top floor. I think it's too early to one Hornstorm. We want to get these units out first. Ah, I messed up. I wish I could have set up on the bottom floor reasonably, but not with all the ascend in the deck. I guess we just have to take these Scorches. Not take the damage from them, obviously, but... $53? Yeah, that's no problem for our backliner. I messed this fight up pretty badly. I somehow forgot this is Consume Seraph, and I was wondering where all my important works were. I have to consume one here, I think. Or do we not set up? Yeah, the Scorchers are a problem, but Maybe we can't rely on double ascent anyway, so... I guess this is what we do then. Yeah, I think sacrificing the tiles on climb here is better. We can get it back this turn. Impish Scholar, Torch leaves us with 1 Ember. Then we can important work the Impish Scholar. 3 Ember, yeah, that should work out. And this gives us enough Ember to play both Vengeful Shards as well as the Imp again. I don't want to block damage, I want to take the revenge triggers. And next turn we are beating on Seraph. Let's burn the Molded. Let's get back the Impish Scholar. Torch, that's not what I was hoping for. There's a One-Horned Tome, that's nice. I do wanna draw more cards instead of draw more Fledgling Imps. We torch this guy. Another Rage Imp. Just kill off one of these and... No Ascent this turn. I do want to draw into the Spike of the Hellhorned. I think we sacrifice one important work, the one that doesn't have holdover. This is 28 rage. Yeah, but I do want to keep drawing into those imps. These guys block a ton of damage. I think we have it now though. And that's the win. I should have played that on another floor. That cost me 1 gold. Also, can we get some extra gold? No. We can't. Six-town boss rush only, but still 6-town boss rush is solid. That should put us above 50k. just from just a gut feeling I have. I didn't actually look at my score. Yep, above 50k. Not quite the score that Comrade had, but I'm pretty happy with it. In the end, the Ember Stasis didn't really do a whole lot for us, but still was worth picking up, I think. Yeah, pretty solid deck. The raw power of imps. Tons of important work. Ascend. That gets you flying kills. And also Wrathful Hornbreaker is pretty crazy scaling. 3 already has multi-strikes. So we're just below Dear Sweet Comrade with his almost 54k point score. And as expected, he went with a combo deck. This one uses Waxer Snaffer, Votivary, and a 0-cost Subsuming Blade. You Subsuming Blade the Votivary, you draw 2 cards because of the Waxer Snaffer. You draw into your Votivary again, you draw into the other Subsuming Blade, you play the other Subsuming Blade, and you draw back into the first one. These torches all consume. Trapshoot consumes, Hallowed Drippings consumes. These cards are units, although the Votivaries do need to count. And he had a memorial fund to generate gold while doing all this, so... But it took him almost 2 hours to do that. He managed a 4-turn boss rush on Daedalus anyways, which is pretty impressive. He didn't have his combo online on Fel, but against Seraph. I'm wondering about that, Zdota. That's certainly a possibility, yeah. But as usual, a very well crafted deck with infinite combos. But we managed to beat out every other here on the leaderboard by quite a bit. I'll remove the webcam for a moment so you can actually see the scores. Let's look at least one other deck. This guy went with a bunch of double stacked Ritual of Battles, cost reduced as well. The Range Brew 2. Not a bad deck, but not quite as powerful as mine. The Rituals of Battle do scale a bit not quite as well as the Imps overall, I think. If we had found a Transcend Imp, then my run would have been completely busted. But we didn't, so this one becomes pretty close. He also had 2 Deranged Brutes, which isn't a bad call. With the Hidden Passage, can ascend them onto the Hornbreaker Prince floor. I couldn't do that because I needed the room for the Imps. So he could get out even more damage out of his Ritual of Battle. Yeah. He took 1 damage against Seraph because his Ritual of Battles were pretty expensive. So he probably didn't have the Ember to play one of these Vengeful Shards. And he only managed a 4-turn boss rush against Fel and 3-turn against Daedalus. So that's where we made up most our points. Okay, that was a very nice daily challenge.